All right, folks, I think we got your game sounds up and running. Apologize for that. Not sure what the technical difficulties was. But we have got a rematch now. Corey versus his opponent, Spawn. And when we have a lull time here, I'll explain to you what happened. But we've got the first frag already. It goes to Spawn. And it was an assault rifle frag, if you can believe that. Now, let me explain to you what happened. There is a screen up top, and when certain players are sitting in certain positions, that screen needs to be set to a certain spectator. In this case, Spawn was capable, not saying that he did, but was capable of looking up and seeing where his opponent was. So both players have agreed. They're going to go ahead and replay the game. And right now we've got a 1-1 score. The map is still ranking. There's 14 minutes, 18 seconds on the clock. You know, I don't want anyone to go on any sort of a hate train because this happened. Because, you know, it was, with so much going on, honestly, it was an honest mistake. And both players agreed to have the match replayed. So, I mean, honestly, if anything, it just goes to show the good sportsmanship of those players and the concerns of the admins here at the World Cyber Games. So 13 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. It is 2-1 now. Spawn did pick up a frag there with the lightning gun while I was on my little rant there. I'm going to follow Spawn. He's got 139 armor, 135 health, landing some nice primary shock beams. He's going to go up the link gun ramp into the lightning gun room, gets nailed in the face with a shock rifle shot, and he's now down to 17 armor, 43 health. He goes down to the shock rifle room. He's backed himself into the corner. He goes up the elevator. He's going to jump across, pick up those vials, but I don't know if his opponent, Core, realizes just how low Spawn actually was. He's waiting for that 50 armor to spawn, and Core is going to make his way over to the super shield. He is now down below. This could be a bad thing, but no. Just as he sees his opponent in the flak room, he's going to nail a lightning gun shot. Core is down to 15 points of health. If he can land one shot, but it's not going to matter. Here comes the link gun by Spawn, and can he do it? The flak comes out, but Spawn's flak wins that one. The score is now 3-1 in favor of Spawn. And, you know, maybe that screen didn't make a darn difference, and it's you know, very, very possible. 12 minutes, 28 seconds on the clock. Core is now in the flak room. He's got 50 points of armor, 115 points of health. He's doing pretty good in his defensive strategies, but he really just needs to start picking up those frags. He lands a really nice shot combo right there, and then his opponent returns with the lightning gun shot to the torso. Spawn's got 98 points of health, 46 armor, and these guys are going to fight over near the lightning gun room. Shock's going out, and the 50 armor should be up soon if his opponent didn't already grab it. And looking at his screen, it looks like Core has. He's got 95 health. He's waiting just outside the ventilation. He's going to drop down. Nice assault there. Primary for shock beam coming out. There's a shock combo, a second one into the hallway, and now the rockets coming out. So far, Core doing a great job defending that area. He picks up the super shield. He's got 127.73 now, and here is an opportunity. This is an open window, folks. The pie is there. All he's got to do is grab it, take it, and taste it. He's only down by 2 points, and Spawn at this point in time in the last game was actually down 2-0. So we do see somewhat of a shift in power. Not to say that anything had anything to do with that, but it's just solid play by both of these players. Rankin happens to be the map of choice for both of these players, so we're going to see how it plays out. Core grabbing that 50 shield. He's got 84 armor, 123 health. He's going to drop down. He sees some shocks coming from the upper bridge, and he knows where to fire on that when his opponent giving away his position. And now Core has dropped down to the super shield area. 10 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. He's going to fire shock after shock after shock, and then grab that super shielding and quickly get out of that basement. He knows his opponent is going up for that 50 shield, and so he fires a couple secondary flak up there, pulls out his lightning gun. Wow, gets nailed with a lightning gun shot and then a primary shock beam by Spawn, and I'm going to switch over to him. He's got 50 armor and 105 health. He's looking pretty good. He's up by two. Now, it's interesting because what Spawn is doing is in the last game, he was fairly aggressive, and that's why the score ended up being 16-5. In this particular situation, it looks like he's being much more defensive now in his play, which is almost the exact opposite from what we saw before. We're going to have a fight here in the super shielding room. Once again, a flak on Spawn, and then a lightning gun shot. It's going to take him down to 15 health, 95 armor. Less than 10 minutes to go. Excuse me while I take a taste of this tasty beverage. A nice lightning gun shot there on a Spawn. He goes down to 2 points of health, almost craters. He is literally walking around, limping around. He needs a Band-Aid. He's got 2 points of health. A simple flak or minigun shot's going to do it, and there it is. Core with the primary flak, and that is going to end up taking off those final 2 points on Spawn. That's going to make it 3-2 now. It's a 1 point game, and Core has the opportunity to come back and tie this game up. 63 armor, 141 health. And less than 10 minutes to go. It is definitely possible. Core is on his opponent. No armor to be found. And flak. But Spawn is going to take himself out with his own shot core. And the game is now tied. Either way, it was going to get tied, whether Spawn killed himself or whether Core got the frag. But Core now has the advantage because he literally gave up very little in terms of health and armor in order for that kill to actually happen. And he's going to recover and convert from that very quickly. Core up near the 50 armor is going to take out his opponent and finally take the lead. It is now 3-2, and all of a sudden the tables have started to turn. An interesting situation here in the Unreal Tournament area, as Core, who lost the first game on Rankin 16-5, is now winning 3-2. This game is very close, and I do believe from some of the shots, some of the movements, some of the strategies that I've seen these guys do, that they are very close to one another. A fight over the 50 shielding once again. Core is going to do a little bit of damage. He completely depletes all of Spawn's armor. Spawn now with 107 health, and that's it. Firing some flak down into the basement. Core has already made his way out, firing some secondary flak into the ventilation shaft leading to the 50 armor. And Core sending a couple of shocks down that hallway, the 50 armor hallway. He doesn't seem to have a lock on where his opponent is. Spawn is going to go down, pick up the vials outside the link gun room, make his way up, gets hit with the primary shock. That depletes all of his armor. Now he's at 100 points of health. Spawn is not looking too good here, as his opponent is dominating all the armor with 72 points, 83. Some secondary flak going in, some nice shot combos being fired out, and Spawn is only got 8 points of health, and once again, Spawn kills himself with his own flak. It is now 3-1, and in a sudden change of the game, Spawn has gone from taking the lead to now being down and out. He is going to pick up one more, a nice shot combo, as his opponent was stuck down in the super armor room, and he's looking to tie this one up. He does not want to give it up so easily. Granted, he's made two very, very critical mistakes here in this rematchup on Rankin, but he is coming back. He's keeping his composure, and he's making sure he is doing what he needs to do in order to possibly walk away with the victory. Core with 3, Spawn with 2. The last game ended up in a 16-5 victory for Spawn. However, this is a rematch, so this is just game 1. Keep that in mind as we continue forth with this matchup. Spawn is still following him, looking for his opponent, does find him, takes a lightning gun shot to the head. He's only got 30 points of health. He's going to pick up that 50, but he's in dire need. There's a 25 health pack for him. He's going to find another one right underneath the minigun and a few vials. He's back up to his normal good self, 95 points of health, but Spawn 150, 195. This is what we call, folks, a meat popsicle. Affirmative. I am a meat popsicle. obstacle. That is Spawn, 150 armor, 195 health, and he is down by 1, but he is definitely geared up and in a position to take back the lead. He's going to possibly bait with the 50 shield, but he decides to grab it instead as he looks through the window and then goes back around, picking up some health vials outside the ramp of the lightning gun room. Now let's see where Core is. He's only got 15 points of armor, 105 health. He's going to make his way up. He sees a lot of health vials, and he could really use those. Makes his way up to the 50. I did see his opponent down below in the hallway that connects the shock to the flak, and Core is going to get hit from behind with the primary flak ball, but he's going to grab that 50, and he was in dire need of that armor. He's going to look down below. He knows his opponent is going for that super shield, and he did grab it. Spawn does get hit with the secondary flak as he leaves that area, but it's not going to do that much damage. 108 armor, 199 health for Spawn, and he's still looking pretty good. Now, the only problem is his opponent has had a good opportunity. Hold on, Spawn hits a very nice secondary flak. It nails his opponent in the face, dropping him down to 5 points of armor, 56 points of health. Once again, Core is going to grab that 50 shield, and he's looking pretty good. He gets hit with the lightning gun shot from behind, and another one through the hallway from the lightning gun area, and now we've got a tie game once again. Spawn, who has killed himself twice, had the lead, and then regained the lead and tied the game, has gone through a roller coaster ride of frags from his opponent and from himself in order to get to this point. And with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock, this one is still anyone's game. Now, Core is at somewhat of a disadvantage here because he is in dire need of control. He's down to 5 points of health. There's nothing he can do against Spawn, who pulls out his green shaft, gets the frag. That's going to make it 4-3, but this is a much closer game than the one we saw last time. Core is going to recover out that frag by grabbing the super shielding, and nice job as he gets one bounce rocket, a second bounce rocket on his opponent, long range rocket, another tie. It's 4-4 now, and as Spawn ties it up and then gains a frag, Core comes right back, steals away the super shield, does some excellent rocket work. The end result, a 4-4 tie, 3 minutes 35 seconds left to go. Core now in a lot of hurt once again as he gets hit with another long-range lightning gun shot. He's going to go for that 25 health. He takes a huge risk there. His opponent made that shot last time. He misses it this time, but with 3 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock, there is little room for mistake. Core is going to drop down. That could have been the mistake that his opponent was waiting for. We've got a whole lot of shot combos coming down, and Spawn is going to regain the lead on that one by shot comboing his opponent as he waited for that super shield. That's not only going to give Spawn the frag, but it also gave Spawn the lead, and with 3 minutes left to go, Spawn is in the lead, 5-4. What a remarkable game here at the World Cyber Games 2004 in San Francisco. These two, played through a match. They ended up having to rematch per the refs and per the players' decision. They were both okay with that. And you know what? Honestly, for the spectators out there in the audience and out there at home, you are certainly getting the better half of this deal, seeing just an absolutely remarkable game here on Rankin. Now let's switch over to Core because he is the one who is down right now by one frag. I would suspect that Spawn is going to take a very interesting defensive position in this in the remainder of the match because he is up by one, but he wants to make sure that he's not too careful, because if you are too careful, you can find yourselves in a bad position. Your opponent sneaks up, your opponent hits you with a flak in the back, maybe a lightning gun shot you weren't expecting. But Spawn is making some very nice shots. He knows where his opponent's going to be. He's trying to make those shots based off of where his opponent thinks he's going to be. And hold on, Spawn gets hit with one lightning gun shot, a second lightning gun shot, goes down to 32 points of health, 27 armor. He grabs a 25. He's doing okay, but he's back in the bio rifle area. He's going to drop down to the super shield. He passes that up, picks himself up a rocket launcher, and he's going to go up the wooden ramp to the top area. Finds his opponent once again, fires a flak ball, but man, Core is stacked, and he is looking good. Core finds his opponent, hits with one primary, second primary shot. He is chasing after his opponent. Spawn's only got 60 points of health and 5 armor, and a great juke move by Spawn there as he tricks his opponent into thinking he was going the opposite direction, but Spawn's hurting, down to 45 points of health, all that Core has to do is use this remaining 56 seconds to tie up this game, and we will go into sudden death overtime. It is 5-4 right now. Spawn in the lead by 1, and Core is stacked. He is in position to take away the lead. Spawn has put himself into a very defensive position. That is going to ultimately be very bad for his opponent if he doesn't get any armor. And there's a shot combo on Spawn. It takes him down to 64. 30 seconds remaining. Core is chasing his opponent and trying to find a shot. But is it going to happen? I don't know. Spawn's doing a great job. 20 seconds left to go. It's do or die situation here as Core really needs to tear things up. A nice rocket jump up to the top, forcing a battle, and Spawn is going to get a lucky flat cannon shot on his opponent in the final seconds, making it 6-4. A very worthy move by Core. He knew what he had to do. He knew that the only way he was going to win that game is if he made a risk like that. So I have to give him mad props for that. But Spawn's going to win that one 6-4, a much closer game on rank, and I'm going to find out what the next match is going to be. And I am going to rest my voice here for a moment, and we will be back. This is Marcus DJ Wheat Graham from Radio ITG, live at the World Cyber Games 2004, sponsored by Samsung, NVIDIA, Shuttle, and Creative. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back with Game 2 of France versus Australia.